All right, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you back. Thanks for sticking with us here on Newsmax Television. I'm Steve Malzberg. It is Super Tuesday night, in case you haven't figured that out. And here's where we stand. We are waiting on the Republican side for one outstanding race. It's in the state of Missouri. And there are, let's see, in the state of Missouri, 52 delegates at stake on the Republican side. The margin is now down to, and I just want to get this straight, about 2,400 votes in favor of Donald Trump, with almost all the votes in. They're saying 99%. 2,400 votes, that's 0.3%. 0.3% lead for Donald Trump. It had been 0.4% and a 3,000 vote margin, so that's gone down a bit. So that's where we are. Missouri is out there, and Donald Trump has already won, as you know, Florida, North Carolina, and Illinois. John Kasich won Ohio. Marco Rubio has dropped out of the race. On the Democrat side, Hillary has won Florida, North Carolina, and Ohio. Still too close to call, Missouri and Illinois. And let's not forget, Donald Trump also won the Northern Mariana Islands with 9 delegates. That was earlier in the evening. So that's where we are. That's where we are. And now we're going to talk to you again. 877-NEWSMAX. That's 877-639-7629. And first up, let's say hello to Jerry from Lumberton. Hello, Jerry.
Hey, Steve. How you doing
Now,
tonight?
Jerry, pardon me, but I know Lumberton isn't a state. So what state are you in?
I'm in North Carolina.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I just wanted to say that when my brother and I went to vote today in the primary, I'm a registered Democrat, Steve, and when we got to the place to vote, we were given a paper in North Carolina where you didn't even have Trump or any Republicans at all on the sheet. So the only thing that we could do was to vote. If we don't want to vote for Hillary, we voted for Bernie just to try to make it look worse for Hillary, because Hillary is the last person we want to come into the office.
Right. Okay. So you're.
I just don't think it's right that they didn't have everybody on the ballot so you could vote for who you wanted to. Because I'm a Trump man myself.
Yeah. All right. But you're a registered Democrat.
I've been a registered Democrat for a long time, but I've been voting Republican for several years now because I'm completely disgusted with the way the Democrats have run the political office.
Why don't you? I'm just asking. Why don't you change your affiliation?
And as a matter of fact, I plan to do that this year.
Good. Jerry, all right. That's I appreciate the information. Thank you very much. Spread the word about Newsmax Television. I appreciate it, sir. Let's go next to Columbus, Ohio, and say hello to Ann. Hi, Ann.
Hi, Steve. Thanks for taking my call.
Thanks for calling.
Ohio, it just makes you feel like your vote doesn't count because you launch your votes and you come home and you read all the local papers. And there were so many problems with the polling in Ohio. You read where Soros gave Kasich a bunch of money right before this, and then you start losing faith in the whole voting system because you watch the Trump rallies on your stations even, and they show so many Ohioans at their rallies, and then you go to Kasich and there's a few hundred people. I just think it's corrupt. It's all corrupt, and it's just, if they do take this to court like Roger Stone was saying, what does that amount to?
Well, it would probably not amount to much. It would probably not amount to much. Not in this case. They're not going to do it over if they find irregularities. Usually somebody will be fined or something of that nature. But I mean, it was a fairly significant win for Kasich by about 7 points or so over Donald Trump. So it's not like he eked it out. And you know, with an approval rating of 80% in his own state, I'm not that shocked. Some polls did show Kasich ahead, as in fact most did, I believe. So I'm not that shocked, but I take what you say as very constructive information, and we'll see where this does lead as far as any alleged irregularities, Ann. So thank you for weighing in. I appreciate it. Now let's go out to the great state of Wisconsin and go to Strum, Wisconsin with Judith. Hi, Judith.
Hello, Steve.
Hi.
I called in to say that I don't think that Marco or Ted Cruz or John Kasich, I don't think any of them would be fit for Supreme Court. The way they turned on Donald Trump shows a moral flaw that I don't think makes them suitable. And I had one other thing to say.
Yeah.
If you look up the life of David in the Bible, and then you correlate some of the high points of Donald Trump's life, there's actually enough similarities where you can see that God is at work in his life.
Well,
And
I am not a theologian.
I just wanted to say that.
I am not a theologian. I will take you at your word. I'm sure you know a lot more about it than I, but it's interesting you say that, Judith, because I believe it was Marco Rubio in his concession speech tonight when he dropped out of the race that he alluded to a quote from David. So that's there's a little irony there. But I thank you very much, Judith. Please continue to watch. Next, we go to Toledo, Ohio. Holy Toledo, and say hello to Floyd. Hi, Floyd. You're on Newsmax Television.
How you doing, Steve?
Good. How are you, sir?
I'm doing okay. Yes, I was just calling. I had I wanted to say about, Donald Trump, not against the guy or anything like that, but he's a businessman, and how can he run the country if you're a real estate developer? So running the country is a bigger job than running, doing real estate. Maybe you can shine a little light on that. I just don't see it.
Right. Well, you mean what experience has he had that would qualify him to lead the country?
Yes, when you're just running real estate.
Yeah, well, it's more, I mean, it's more than just real estate. And in dealing with the level of real estate that he's dealt with and the business experience he's had over so many decades, I mean, he's dealt with other countries. He has properties all over the world. It's a different kind of resume for the presidency of the United States. That is absolutely certain. But let's look. I mean, when's the last time we had a commander-in-chief who actually served in the military? What experience did Barack Obama have? He was in the U.S. Senate for about a year before he started running for president. And that's not to say he did a good job, but I think Donald Trump brings a unique set of qualifications that people are very interested in testing out. Because what we've had, especially in the last 8 years, from the Democrats and from the Republican side, has been disappointing and has led us to where we are. So people are willing to say, hey, this guy knows how to run a business. This guy knows how to balance the books. This guy has hired people. This guy has created jobs. Let's give him a chance.
Well, I can understand giving him a chance, and everything. But, okay, you got to really think about this. If you get with the United Nations, that means all the power heads come together. How can you not get mad when something don't go your way? And what do? I mean, you just can't jump up and just walk out of the meeting. You gotta, know how to handle that kind of pressure.
Well, yeah,
like I said, it's not. You know what I mean? It's not.
I hear you. No. His temperament, and I think he'll be the first to admit his temperament needs to be worked on, and it needs to be a different temperament. Once he's in the Oval Office, and I think you will see that different temperament. I think he will surround himself with very qualified people who have been there, people who will advise him greatly on issues that, quite frankly, he doesn't know a lot about. And that's where it'll come from in great measure. But I think, again, he brings a unique perspective, and I think that's what people are excited about. I don't think he's going to storm out of meetings, but I do think he'll be determined to get things done and to lay down the law when it comes to the wall and China and this and that. I think he will try to put his foot down on that. But very legitimate concern, Floyd, and I thank you very much. And I bet you've never heard Holy Toledo before, but I thought I'd give it a try. One more call. Joe from Boston, Massachusetts. I've heard of Boston, Massachusetts. Hey, Joe, how are you, sir?
Hi, Steve. How you doing?
Good, thank you.
Steve, I'm just wondering if Donald Trump gets to the convention and he's up there and they try to throw some stiff in to take it over, would he have any possibility of starting a third party and being successful with it?
No. A third-party candidacy would only give it to Hillary, just as if Trump gets the nomination and some other conservative tries to run on a third party. No, a third party. Look at Ross Perot. Ross Perot let Bill Clinton become president of the United States in 1992 when he got 42% of the vote. That's what will happen. You'll get another Clinton in the White House with less than 50%. Bad idea. But Joe, thank you. I got to go. Joe, thank you very much. Hey, folks, thank you for watching the show. I really appreciate it. Thank you for calling in at this late hour. I really cherish talking to you. And remember, be sure to tune in weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern for me. If you like what I'm saying, if you don't like what I'm saying, if you're angry or if you're happy about what I'm doing here, the Steve Malzberg Show, 7 p.m. Eastern, only on Newsmax TV. Don't miss it. Still too close to call in Missouri. Rubio is out. Trump wins the others, North Carolina and Florida and Illinois, and Kasich wins Ohio. Thank you.